I also want to recognize Tiffany DeWitt. She's an alumna of ours, and she is the artist of this recent bison. So thank you, Tiffany. There are so many great things happening at our university. I just absolutely love being a part of this. Today, you're here to yet again make history. We greatly appreciate you all being here. I'm sure if you saw in the news, or if you read the newspaper, if you saw on Twitter and social media, we've been trying to keep a secret from you for a little while. Trying is the operative word. Many have come up to me and asked me, are you a little disappointed that the cat may have left the bag a little early? And I said, no, I learned from a wise friend of mine years ago that a secret can only be kept if it's between two people, and one of those two people is dead. So we're not disappointed, we're excited that you're excited. But I want to today just kind of share with you how we got to today. So back in March, we hosted, as Dixie State University, the State Board of Regents. And while we were hosting the State Board of Regents, Dr. Matt Holland, who was president at Utah Valley University at the time, he pulled me aside and he said, I got an important question to ask you. He says, has Dixie State University, or would you ever, consider reclassifying your intercollegiate athletics program from Division II to Division I and join the Western Athletic Conference? And I got to be honest, it caught me entirely off guard. Not that intercollegiate athletics is important to us. It is. It always has been, and it always will be. It's a vital part of our current strategic plan. It's a part of our brand. It's part of our front door to our university. So my initial response to President Holland was, I just don't know. We just had completed a robust strategic plan to take our intercollegiate athletic program to national dominance in Division II. We had just left a great conference, the Pac-West, and entered into another awesome conference, the RMAC. The RMAC has been a great fit for us. It has tremendous leadership. All the schools are competitive. They're great institutions of learning, and we have been very comfortable. So at that time, at the end of the meeting, I told President Holland, I just don't think we're interested in talking about this. But after a few days and thinking about this, I really thought about our campus, but more importantly, I thought about our community. I thought about those pioneers that came into our community right on our campus on the Campment Mall. And they pulled in there, and they could have done the easy thing, which probably in all our minds would be turn around. All they saw was red dirt, no shade, no water, nothing. But they wanted to do the right thing. And so as I thought about that, I thought about the importance of carrying on that legacy of doing the right thing. Dixie State University has always tried to do the right thing. So we decided to study this out to make sure that we were making the right decision. So we hired Collegiate Consulting to conduct a comprehensive feasibility study. We asked them to do two things. One, to identify whether it's feasible, and second, how could we do it? And they did a great work. Russell Wright and Jeff Cravens, we will forever be indebted to for their great work. We also appreciated the opportunity to interview President Matt Holland, President Brian Mueller of Grand Canyon University, to interview our friends at Cal Baptist that we really enjoy beating. That's going to stir some stuff up. And then most importantly, we really appreciated talking with Commissioner Hurd, the Western Athletic Conference Commissioner, who was very patient through this entire process and was very understanding and patient. The study came back. We spoke with many town hall meetings. We had lots of conversations with our leadership team, with our community members, with our students, and also many meetings with our Board of Trustees. We discovered through that process what the right thing to do was for our university, for our students, and for our community. So at this time, I'm pleased to publicly announce that Dixie State University will officially accept the invitation from the Western Athletic Conference to start the application process to reclassify intercollegiate athletics at Dixie State from Division II to Division I.
We've been invited to move up to Division I and join the Western Athletic Conference. We are really excited about this opportunity, but we needed to make sure it was the right decision for our athletes, students, institution, and community. So DSU hired Collegiate Consulting to conduct a feasibility study, and we looked into all of the pros and cons ourselves, and
we have some exciting news to share today.
We are accepting the invitation to the WAC.
So what does this mean for DSU?
It means that in July 2020, Dixie State University will be home to a Division I athletic program,
which opens many opportunities for our students, university, and community.
For starters, Division I schools often experience increases in scholarships, enrollment, and completion rates.
Other benefits like more rigorous academic standards, more attention on a national stage,
NCAA and WAC revenues, and increased booster support will be amazing for Dixie State.
Currently, the WAC doesn't include football, so you may be wondering if we'll still have a football team. The answer is absolutely. Football will be an independent Division I team, like several other institutions.
Benefits for the community include increased tourism and revenues,
along with big name programs coming into town for the community to come see us play.
But by far, one of the best parts is playing more Utah schools and creating intense rivalries with other WAC schools,
such as UVU, Cal Baptist, and Grand Canyon University, in addition to having the opportunity to play nearby D1 competitors, such as SUU, Weber State, and Northern Arizona.
Hi, I'm Jason Booth, Dixie State University's Director of Athletics. This is an exciting opportunity for DSU, and a natural step in the development of a growing institution and community as we evolve from university status to university stature. We hope you are as excited as we are, and we invite you to come to our games and show your support for our Trailblazers as we prepare to become a powerful Division I athletic program in the WAC and across the nation.
Can we have all our student athletes and coaches please stand and let us recognize you? In honor and celebration tonight, many of you know that there's been a D on the Hill for the past 100 years. And in honor of this celebration and in this change, you'll see a slight differentiation for the next 7 days. And this is what you'll see tonight. It will be back when we win our first national championship. I want to congratulate Dr. Jason Booth, the athletic administration team, our coaches, our faculty athletic representatives, our staff representatives, and especially our student athletes in our community. It is another great day to be a Trailblazer. Thank you. Now it's only fitting on this Trailblazer historic day to have our governor, who I personally believe is the ultimate trailblazer for our state, provide us with a few remarks. Governor Herbert has been a trailblazer for growth of our state. Under his leadership, Utah continues to be one of the fastest growing states with one of the fastest growing economies in the nation. We continue to be rated as the best managed state in the United States of America. His trailblazing effort in education, including aligning our educational system with the needs of employers and providing institutions just like Dixie State University with the needed support to grow and better serve our students, has absolutely been phenomenal. Will you please join me in giving a Trailblazer welcome to Governor Gary Herbert.
Well, thank you, President Williams. I'm honored to be here with all of you today on what is another red letter day here in Utah's Dixie and here at Dixie State University. I'm honored to be here with you all, and again, I bring to you the congratulations and best wishes of 3.2 million Utahns who are observing all the great successes taking place in this part of our great state. Mayor Pike, we're grateful to be in your community here. Commissioner Hurd, grateful to have you here with us today too. And I'm going to mention just a couple things very briefly. As I was coming down here, I was thinking of the history of our state, of those early pioneers that came into our state and carved out of a wilderness that nobody wanted, a great community. And I thought of those who came down to this part of our state, sent by Brigham Young, 309 individuals in 1861, to come and create community, opportunities for people to be the best they could be. And out of that came this university, fledgling as it was as an academy way back when. But I've been a great observer of what's taken place here over many, many years of the growth and evolution of this great part of our state. Not only have I been an observer and a fan, but I've been a participant. And to give you an exact date, I was here on February 16th of 2013 to be precise. It was my privilege to sign the bill into law that created Dixie State to become Dixie State University and a four-year college. I know many people would observe at that date not only the change that took place with Dixie State College to a university status, but the entire community kind of took another step forward. Tremendous growth has taken place here in this part of our state. In fact, right now, the St. George area, and I know Mayor Pike and our commissioners have concerns. It's a challenge. How do you accommodate the growth pressures that take place here? But now, according to the Census Bureau, St. George is now one of the fastest, if not the fastest growing place in the United States of America. People like to come here. They like you as people. They like the opportunities that are here economically and the quality of life. Washington County is projected to triple its population over the next 50 years. An opportunity for us, in fact, to have look into the future and make sure that we plan for those accommodations which are necessary. It creates new challenges and new opportunities. And Dixie State University itself is growing dramatically, averaging about 7% growth per year here in the last few years since university status took place. Now, this is another milestone today. We go to Division I status. Again, another step in the right direction. But I'd like to make sure that all of us understand that this does not happen in isolation. It doesn't just happen serendipitously. It happens because you have been blessed in this community with great leaders. Those that are here today, those who have gone before, we all stand on the shoulders of those who've come before. I think it's very fitting that Lionel Hollings is here as our Master of Ceremonies, a person who understands the concept of team. He's been a great leader in his own athletic career, not only here at Dixie State, but in the NBA, and then as a coach in the NBA. Probably nobody understands the concept of team better than Lionel. Again, the opportunity for all of us to be a part of the same team. We may have different roles to play, but if we see our athletes here, they have roles to play, but they can't do it alone. There is a supporting role. All of us have supporting roles to play in the concept of team as we lead to the next step of opportunity here at this great university. I think athletics are a unifying force. I appreciate that it brings communities together. We cheer for the home team. We have opportunities to excel and be proud of the efforts that have been made. Win or lose, if we give it our all, try our best, we have opportunities to have satisfaction. But I'd like to emphasize it's not only about athletics. It is about academics too. And I appreciate the fact that Dennis and Diane, again, great trailblazers themselves, helping us by example, understand that the importance of the educational element here, that as we go to Division I status, it's not just athletics, it in fact is an opportunity for us to raise the bar on academics. And that's why most people are here. We have a community, we have a team, we support each other, but we're here to get a good education. If we get a good education, we have a chance to get a good job, support ourselves, give back to the community, contribute as we can, and raise our families and have a great quality of life. So I appreciate the academic side of this that we need to emphasize all the time. So with that, let me just say again, thanks for all those who've blazed the trail for us to be here today. Again, without those leaders of yesteryear, we wouldn't be here today. I like what was said in the video. You know, Dixie State has university status. Today, we in fact show that we have Division I university stature in the eyes of the community out there. We're moving forward. So thanks to everyone who's made this day possible. My commitment is to continue to help every way that I can as part of the team. And as good as it's been in the past, I do believe for Dixie State University, the best is yet to come. Go Trailblazers.
Thank you, Governor. We are also very fortunate to have our Lieutenant Governor, Spencer Cox, if he could come up. We have a small token of appreciation for them taking the time out of their day to come and join in this historic day. And I think it would be real fitting to wear on the first day of the legislative session. But please give them a big round of applause.
Just for the record, President Williams, I was calm, only on the outside. Thank you, everybody, for being here, for allowing me to be here. My name is Jeff Hurd. I'm the commissioner of the WAC. I'm in my 6th year as the commissioner, but I'm also in my 34th year as a member of the conference staff. So during that time, because I question, I've seen just a little bit of everything happen. And I can honestly say that one of the most enjoyable aspects of my job is the opportunity to come to a new community, to a new campus, and to be part of an activity to bring that university in as a full member of the WAC. There's nothing that I can think of that's more satisfying than that. Now, I mentioned this was my 34th year in the league. The only thing in my lifetime that I've had more continuity with is my wife of 46 years. Her name is Sherry. And we've raised 4 children who are all out of the house now. But the reason I bring that up is my wife has never been a shy person. And she certainly isn't shy about giving me advice. And so yesterday, as I was getting ready to make this trip to St. George and appear here, she asked me what I was going to be doing when I got here. And so I told her, and she looked at me and she goes, "Really?" She goes, "If you're going to be talking to a group of people, let me tell you 3 things. Don't try to be witty, don't try to be charming, and don't try to be intellectual. Just try to be yourself." You know, she has a point, I guess, huh? Tell you what, if she had known that I was following the governor and a $1 million donation, she would have just told me to stay seated. Anyway, I'm very pleased this day has arrived. It's just briefly some information on the WAC. The league has been around. This is the 57th year of the Western Athletic Conference. It was founded in 1962. It has had significant changes and frequent changes in membership, but there's been one constant in this conference, and it's right up here on the screen, and that's our brand, the WAC brand. It's certainly no stranger in the state of Utah. It's a proud brand. It's recognizable and it's strong. And Dixie State University now becomes the 5th university in the state of Utah to fall under the WAC umbrella, and I think that's a heck of an accomplishment. President Williams outlined how we got to this point. I wanted to add a couple things to it. My first visit to St. George and to campus was last spring. I believe it was either late April or maybe early May. But I visited campus with President Mueller, Brian Mueller from Grand Canyon University. Brian's not only the president of the school, but he's also the executive director of our board of directors. And he's the guy who, and our board of directors, just so you know, is made up of the presidents and chancellors of our respective member institutions. So Brian's the guy in charge right now, and he was very impressed, as was I when I came to campus. We had an opportunity to take a tour of facilities. We had an opportunity to sit down with President Williams, with Jason, and with many other members of the community and staff, and get a feeling for what was going to happen as we go down this road jointly to Division I. That was followed up by a meeting in November in which President Williams gave a presentation not only on the university but also on the community to our full board of directors at a meeting in Denver. And it wasn't long after that that board voted unanimously to extend the invitation to the WAC and to Division I. So why DSU? Why Dixie State? Why bring Dixie State into the WAC? And I'm going to give you a very easy answer. In the official WAC logo, under the WAC and Western Athletic Conference, it says learn, compete, and inspire. So I'm going to take those three words and put them in reverse order. Inspiration or inspire. The leadership of President Williams and others at the university are the reason for the WAC's attraction to the school. That's one of them. It was alluded to earlier. One of the easiest things in the world to do is to maintain the status quo when things are going well. And things were certainly going well for Dixie State. No question about that. But it takes courage and it takes vision to chart a new course. And Division I is that new course. Compete. History of success on the field. Regardless of whether it's junior college, Division II, or whatever, when you experience success on the field that Dixie State has experienced at both levels, there's no reason to believe that success will not continue as you move into Division I. When you invest, they tell you that past returns are not a guarantee of future results, and that may be true. But in terms of athletics and in terms of leadership, when you develop a program that is successful at every level, there's no reason to believe that success will not continue. Finally, learn, academics. The best way I can put that is with nearly 600 academic all-conference selections at Dixie State over the years, including 27 Division II academic All-Americans, it gives you a heck of an idea of the type of student athletes that have been recruited to play here and that represent the university. Great point alluded to earlier. There's no question that the academic part of it is a very significant aspect of our attraction to Dixie State. I'm going to give you three more briefly. Commitment's one of them. You can't be successful in anything without commitment, and there's commitment here at the very top on down. Secondly, the growth of the university and the growth of the community. No question that it's a rapidly growing area. The enrollment to Dixie State has increased also rapidly over the years. And again, no reason to believe that that will not continue. And then finally, the sixth one, I guess, the third of the second group, Dixie State fits into the strategic plan of the WAC in that we have been trying to identify Division II institutions that have Division I aspiration. Dixie State is the third Division II school in the last 6 years that we have invited into the WAC. As you likely know, Grand Canyon University was the first. Grand Canyon this year is now in its second year of full Division I status. California Baptist was the second, and CBU in this year is in its first year of the transition process. So Dixie State now becomes the third. And overall, the WAC may be 57 years old, but more than half of our membership right now have been at the Division I level for less than 10 years. So we're basically a very young conference, and we will continue to grow with that in that regard. Benefits of Division I and membership in the WAC really come down to two words in my mind: exposure and opportunity. Exposure, I'll give you a good example, just one quick one. California Baptist's first Division I men's basketball game this year against Oral Roberts University was on the road. CBU hits a buzzer beater from half court to win the game. That night and the next morning, that play was the #1 play on ESPN's top 10 plays of the night. And it received quite a bit of coverage for the university and played throughout the night and the next day. And I talked to President Ellis when that was over with, and I told him, I said, you know, that play alone probably made it worth your trip to Division I worthwhile. And they're going to be, along with Grand Canyon, along with Dixie State, very good member of the WAC. But more importantly than that, exposure and opportunity lead to enrollment growth. It leads to increased booster involvement, community involvement, and alumni involvement. And in addition, it leads to competition, as alluded to earlier, again, competition against highly recognizable opponents. In the state of Utah, you're fortunate in that there are a number of Division I institutions that will ultimately be coming here to play. And finally, what's next for the WAC? Well, first and foremost, the WAC is prepared to support Dixie State and to help take it to the next level. I think that's the most important thing. Part of my job as a commissioner of the league is to continue to find ways to improve the conference, whether that's through increased membership, increased exposure, increased sponsorship dollars, or whatever. And that's what we will continue to do. An example of that is 6 years ago when we kind of started this whole thing, we ranked as a conference 31st in the country in men's basketball in overall RPI. This past year we were 14th. That's a significant increase, and it's been a targeted increase. We've been trying to improve the conference, and every year that RPI went from 31 to 27 to 23 and on down to 14. So that's just one example. Basically, we're laying a foundation for growth and success of the conference, and we will continue to do so. There's an expression that says it's much better to build something that 100 people love as opposed to building something that 1 million people just kind of like. Well, in this case, I think today, both the WAC and Dixie State University are taking that first step towards something that DSU supporters are absolutely going to love. Thank you.
I guess it's my turn, huh? What a great day to be a trailblazer. My name's Cajun Sire. I'm the student body president here at Dixie State. And when I first came to Dixie State, I had a serious question that I think I even asked President Williams right here. When I first came in, I was in a very special situation where I was in the same room as him, and I approached him and said, President Williams, when are we going D1? The school just north of us that I didn't see too many differences. We had the better area for sure. Why aren't we Division I, and when's that on the docket to pass? And he said, not for a long time. We'll focus on Division II. We'll become dominant and establish who we are. That way the transition to D1 will be a little bit more of a smooth transition. And I've seen the strategic plan for how this is going to work, and I am so confident, and look at where we are now. Two things why I'm here today is to discuss how this is going to affect the students here at Dixie State. Those two things are, first off, is your call to action. Right now at Division II, our students in the university have a hard time relating to any other team that we're playing in our athletic programs. For example, tonight, our basketball team plays Metropolitan State Denver. Yeah, cool. All right. Compare that to when we finally schedule a game with SUU, when we schedule a game with Weber State University, when we have conference games against Utah Valley University. This will provide a call to action that our students will want to be at and will honestly excite our students. Our student section, oftentimes, it can get rowdy. It's actually improved so much in the last couple of years after some reconfiguring of it. But the main thing that's going to happen is that we're going to develop rivalries at a Division I status because we're going to know the teams that we're playing. The second thing, and one of the most important things that's invaluable to students, is that becoming a Division I and having more of a call to action, it will provide a new opportunity for our students to be involved, a new opportunity for them to experience a unifying time where they get to come to the athletic events and become trailblazers themselves. This is what many of us call the Dixie spirit. I loved in the very first video that was shared where it went through the history of our athletic events. And one of the gentlemen, he said, the Dixie spirit, you don't find it, it finds you. This move right here is giving a huge megaphone for the Dixie spirit to say, this is who we are, this is what we're doing, and it's going to be amazing. Some of our students find the Dixie spirit it finds them through academics. Sometimes the Dixie Spirit finds us through our involvement. Maybe we joined a club. But a lot of our students are going to be found by the Dixie Spirit through athletics. And all I can say now is that it is a great day to be a trailblazer. Go Dixie.
True indeed. Thank you, Cajun. Great day. I said earlier that we have a very solid foundation for our future. And now that future is going to be a lot of fun, and we are so excited for what it will bring for the university and its students, our athletic program, and for the community. Before we conclude, I would also like to give a few thank you gifts for our other special guests today, Mr. Lionel Hollins and Commissioner Herbert. Thank you so much for being here today and to share this monumental day with us. And actually, I have one more gift to present. I noticed that my esteemed friend and colleague, Vince Odopal, the athletic director from UVU, has joined us today. Vince, do you mind joining me here real quick? He happened to be driving through town, and I called him, and he said, "I'm coming through St. George." I said, "Well, come to this little event we have." Vince, since our institutions will be in a conference again together, if you may recall, we were both in the Scenic West as junior colleges back in the day. I thought it would be appropriate to provide you with a Dixie State hat so that you don't forget about us between now and July of 20. Congratulations.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah. Yep.
This is really going to be a good thing for the state, and I want to congratulate all of you and all the Dixie State stakeholders, and you, President Williams, thank you for doing this. This is going to be great for us. I want to congratulate my good friend Jason Booth on doing this. This is going to be fun. This is going to be really fun. Jason, I also have a gift for you. You're going to love it.
Really? Great. Well, okay. Thanks, I think. Thanks, Vince. In fact, when I think about, what do you think about creating a little rivalry series where we trade a trophy every year for the competitions between us and UVU? What do you think?
That'd be great. Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome.
What do you guys think?
What do you guys think? Well, we'll get to work on that, and I'll make sure to make some room in the trophy case for that trophy to sit every year. Okay, awesome.
Oh, Booth. It's on, buddy.
Let's go.
It's on.
Thanks again, Vince. We are so grateful to have you join us today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're so grateful for the incredible support we feel from one of our fellow Utah institutions. Speaking of rivalries, we have some exciting games already lined up. We've already completed some work on football schedules. I'm very excited to announce that our first Division I game on September 5th of 2020 is only 600 days away from today. But it will only be a short trip as we go up to Cedar City to play SUU. Additionally, we also have some scheduling arrangements in place for future years with both Montana State and Weber State. So work has already begun, and we will announce our entire 2020 schedule as we finalize it here soon. Again, I would like to thank everyone for coming out today and for being a part of this moment in history. The last part of our announcement today is we would like to officially sign Dixie State University's Trailblazer Athletics into the Western Athletic Conference and secure our transition to move to Division I status. This, however, just like in sports, is a team move. So I would like to invite all of our current athletes and coaches, members of our Athletics Hall of Fame, and those who are on stage to join Commissioner Herbert, President Williams, and myself as we make this historic move. Will you all please join me in the front of the stage? As they are making their way down to the floor, I would like to remind everyone that there will be a reception following the signing in the Gardner Center directly behind me. Thank you again for coming, and we hope to see you at the reception, followed by our basketball games tonight at 5:30 and 7:30. Go Trailblazers!
sure it wasn't